Yeah, again, yeah, it probably depends a little bit on cat versus dog. I mean, dogs, I usually recommend, when they first meet, have two parties. Both of them have them on a leash, so that they, so if there is some fight, you've got some restraint there. Most time with dogs, you're going to know right away whether there's a beef or not between the two. So I mean, usually I tell people, give them a lot of time, be together, especially if it's just, if you have a single pet in the house and you're bringing in another pet. It's actually way easier when people have multiple pets and they're bringing a new pet in, because that dynamic usually isn't as much problematic as the single pet. They tend to be, especially in dogs, they tend to rule the roost. And now all of a sudden there's this second tier guy coming in that maybe also wants to rule the roost. So definitely making sure there's no battles in that front, but giving it time for sure is the most common thing, and keeping some distance with leashes, that sort of thing. Cats, a little more nuanced. I mean, cats can be a little more dangerous. They not always, but like when there's a fight, it often goes bad really fast. So I usually recommend with cats to take both cats, even the cat that's in the house, put them in a carrier, or put the cat that's living in the home in a small room that's relatively isolated. Bring the other cat within a carrier, keeping them in the carrier, and then leaving them together in the carrier, leaving the new cat in the carrier for several hours, just so that the other cat can get used to the smell, can walk up to the cage, can sniff the cage. It provides a nice protective barrier, so that if the cat, if one of the two start to go crazy, want to attack, you've at least got a safety net there. So cats, it usually takes time. So usually I recommend, bring the carrier and let that, do some intro for a day or two where they don't actually get to touch each other, have the barrier. And then I'll usually recommend take the cats in one of them, if you can, put a little harness on, and then in a small room, let them be together and let them kind of mingle. But that way, if they have a harness on or if they're a leash on, if there were to be a major fight, you can at least kind of separate. So that's how I would generally start that process. So there's a lot of different ways of doing it. So there's, there are trainers and that sort of thing may even have better ideas than I do.